You know what's almost worse than getting blown out? Giving your fans just enough hope to make the ending hurt even more, and that's exactly what the A's did tonight. After spending most of the night chasing the Tigers and digging themselves into another hole, finally, they showed some life. Henry Bolte launched a thunderous 3-run bomb, and suddenly, the ballpark woke up. A's scratched up another run in the ninth to cut the deficit to 8-6, and for a few minutes it felt like maybe, just maybe, we would witness something special. Instead, the comeback fell a couple swings short, and all that late excitement couldn't erase what happened over the first 7 innings. The final score may say 8-6, but don't let it fool you. The game was another example of the same problems that have haunted this team for weeks. The Tigers hit 3 bombs, punished mistakes, and took advantage of an offense that once again waited far too long to wake up. The A's have now lost 10 consecutive series, and that's no longer just a bad stretch. It's becoming part of this team's identity. The young talent continues to flash potential. Lawrence Butler looks a lot better. Henry Bolte, 3-run bomb. He's a difference maker when he has it going, but moral victories don't count in the standings. At some point, potential has to become production. Competitive losses have to become wins, and this organization has to prove it's moving forward instead of spinning its tires in the mud. We've got plenty to unpack tonight, so let's get into another edition of Last Call, A's Postgame. And I tell you guys, I was planning on taking it easy right here tonight, relaxing. Hey, take some pauses, but that ending pissed me off. Did you guys see that damn ending? If you guys don't think there's a culture issue after that ending of that game, I don't know. For those that missed it, with 2 outs, runner on third. Excuse me. At that point, there was 2 outs, runner on third. Jeff McNeil at the plate, Kenley Jansen pitching, bunt single. They were playing him off the third baseline, plenty of room down the third baseline. Bunt single, scores Tyler Soderstrom from third, makes it 8-6 with 2 outs. It brings up the tying run to the plate. Third out happens. Bolte flies out to end the game. Fine, whatever. After the third out, Kenley Jansen walks down McNeil. Basically, hey, what are you doing bunting with 2 outs? Kind of in his ass about it. Half the A's bench clears. At one point, I was pretty fired up. I thought it was McNeil that was the instigator. I thought, hey, maybe this team just got freaking tired of losing and they want to fight somebody. No, it was Kenley Jansen that was the instigator on your home field. You've lost 10 straight series at home. If there's any time to get into it, now's the time. Show some life, show some fire. No, nothing. Nothing. All of them just cowered back. What an organization, man. After seeing that, if you don't feel like there's a culture problem with this organization, if you still think these guys care about each other, you're nuts. Because these guys have gotten their ass kicked day in, day out. And there's no better opportunity than that situation than a visiting team who's been kicking your ass. And they're instigating something against you after they just beat you? Whatever. And that was just, to me, that was just a disgrace. I was fired up at first. When I first saw the melee, I was like, oh, yes! McNeil's getting into it. Somebody finally a little fired up. No, it was Kenley Jansen that went after McNeil. Guys, winning has a lot more to do with just prospects, skills, talent, draft picks, analytics. It's part of it. There's no question about it. You have to have players to win. But you have to be a great organization. You have to be a great team. You have to be a team that likes each other, that loves each other, that wants to see success for one another, that sticks up for each other. This team has to look at each and every single one of those people have to look each other in the mirror. That was disappointing. I tell you, that was really, really disappointing at the end of the game. I wish that never happened. And it was Kenley Jansen who was the aggressor. Imagine getting your ass kicked and the person kicking your ass is pissed at you for trying to win. No one does nothing. And they just kind of came out of the dugout. Hey, come on. Stop. That was bullshit. Bob, Detroit prospect return on Schoolboy. I didn't even see the prospect return. I know he got traded. I'm sure it was good. What's up, Dad Pool? Good to see you, man. Different day, same story. 2026 A's just good enough to get you beat. Yeah. Just good enough to get you beat. You said it. They gave Kotsay a good excuse tonight. The guys fought their tail off. Not at the end, they didn't, right? That's not a team that fights. Sometimes hits fall. It's your day. You hit good pitching. A team that fights, it doesn't allow that happen with Kenley Jansen. Not when somebody else is the aggressor. McNeil's the only one that had any fight on this team. He did. He competed. And I thought that was him at the end. It was Jansen. It was all Jansen. Bill, I'm serious. I don't think the A's could win 10 to 15 games the rest of the year. MLB is a joke. I don't agree with that. You're talking about the Skubal trade? I have an opposite take. For me, and like I said, you got to remember Insane Sports Takes, when I watch the game Moneyball, the only thing that's true about that movie is the opening credits when they show the payroll. For me, I get pretty fired up when I see that. That's what I want to see. For me, I think I'm glad that the Dodgers got Skubal. I think the Dodgers run a world-class organization. I'm not one of these guys that's going to say, hey, it's unfair. Oh, poor you. Poor that. Don't sign that. They're a better organization. People want to go play for them for a reason. Yes. Do they have the most money? Absolutely. So do the Mets. People want to play for the Dodgers organization because it's a winning organization. Because guys like Freddie Freeman, guys like Mookie Betts, and yeah, they're all great players. But they're willing to take the deferred income, salaries, etc., to be part of that organization. Good. I'm happy. I'm glad the Dodgers got Skubal. I have an opposite take. I'm not in for that. Hey, it's unfair. These guys are all professionals. Get better. Compete. Play harder. I don't think it's that unfair either. But, hey, I'm sorry I'm not a fan of McNeil. I don't, because he's been playing well lately. He's been playing great lately. This is why residents of Vegas do not want this team. We were never asked. They were forced upon us. They expect to sell out every game. No one cares or wants them here. Well, hey, Delco Dave. Kick rocks. All right. Go look that up in the thing as far as slang and what that means. You'll know what that means. Delco Dave. Kick rocks. Cott pulls Tommy White at 3-for-4 for Cortez. 5 for 19. Was that what it was? 5 for 19? Yeah, we had 15 hits. Shit. You know, I think when you're leaving runners in scoring position like that, you don't have depth in that lineup. Look at Dodgers, Rangers, Major League. There's not going to be a lockout. There will be a lockout. Excuse me. There will be a lockout for sure next year, no doubt about it. It will not lead to one game being missed. I promise you. Meaning no improvements on A's roster and bad culture might be Raiders 2.0. You might be right there. Home. We lose 2 of 3 against the Dodgers at home. We lose 2 of 3 against the Angels in LA. We lose 2 of 3 in San Francisco. We split against the Angels in Sacramento. We lose 2 of 3 against the Pirates in Sac. There it is! In Vegas, Colorado. June 12th, 13th, and 14th. Last time we won a series. Shoot, man, I tell you, if you're going to talk about one positive today, for about 4 innings, after that first inning disaster, I thought Perkins was great. You know what Perkins reminds me of? JT Ginn from last year. It reminds me of JT Ginn from last year. You could see dominance over certain stretches, and that's how Ginn was last year. He'd go 2-3 innings, strike out 5. And then that one inning always got him. He gave up the long ball. Runs piled up on him. Numbers didn't look good at the end of the game, but he showed flashes. I'm still high on Perkins. I think Sam from Where Stats Instincts made a great comparison. Gio Gonzalez was a great call in a comparison to him. Year 1 Gonzalez, year 1 Perkins. Henry Bolte, 3-run bomb. Henry Bolton makes things happen. I still think Henry Bolte is going to be a special type of player. But guys, I mean, shit, man. It's just too early too often, man. It's too early too often. It is super, super frustrating. We dish out 15 hits. Wilson 1 for 5. 274 in the air. Heim was 0 for 5. Soderstrom had 2 hits. Both the other way. Tommy White 3 hits. Butler had 2 hits. He's swinging a good bat with a clutch 2-out RBI single too. Going the other way. Williams, Alika, a hit. McNeil, a hit. Bolte, 3 hits. That Perkins start, the numbers look brutal, man. 5 1/3, 9 hits, 6 runs. $15 hits. Tigers had 15 hits. Difference is they were running his scoring position, 3 for 10. We were 5 for 19, which actually 5 for 19. It's like 270. It's not bad when you really think about it. 45 and 66. Is this team going to lose 100? That's a reality right now. In order to win, to avoid 100 losses, this team has to win 18 games. Fuck. I don't know where you get the 18 games from. I don't know. You got Detroit tomorrow. Gage jump. That's a good chance for a win. Montero's no joke. You're in Cincinnati on Tuesday. You're in Boston after that. You got Tampa at home, Texas at home, NKC, Houston at home, Minnesota, Baltimore, Texas, Seattle, Toronto. I don't know. Listen, hey, 15 hits. That's a positive. I know you guys are tired of hearing it. I mean, and part of me, Sam had a good episode the other day where Stats Meet Instincts talking about he doesn't care about wins or losses. He cares about development. I get his point. And where he's getting at with it. And part of what he's saying is right. But It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. 18 games is a tough ask. Schedule's tough. I know you guys are down, but I'm looking forward to our series with you guys. It's always fun. You're the Boston fan, right, Justin? I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember you. Of course, it's going to anywhere we play, it's fun. Anyway, anybody we play, it's fun. Yes, Justin, the Boston fan. Yeah. How did the Red Sox do tonight? Shit, another win? God damn. And they beat Yamamoto? That's a great win. That's a great freaking win. They're playing good, man. You know, Scooble got traded. I know a lot of people have feelings about the Scooble getting traded to the Dodgers. I really didn't plan on talking about it. I really don't know what else I'm going to cover with the A's. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's good for baseball that the Dodgers are a villain. I hope they get beat. I'll be rooting against them. How about the Astros all of a sudden? I mean, remember at the beginning of the season, the Astros were nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden they're playing. Justin, I'm glad he's out of the AL. Yeah, me too. I'm sure the AL is real happy. Get a couple more wins. Oh. I don't got much, guys. I really don't. It was great. 15 hits was a positive. Henry Bolte starting to do his thing was a positive. Jack Perkins, even though his line looks terrible, I thought for a stretch of baseball there, he was the most dominant he's looked in a long time. Maybe ever in an A's uniform. I mean, if you really want to break down his stretch here, and I know the first inning was rough, but when you talk about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for 9, 11 for 12. There was a stretch. He faced 13 batters. He retired 11 of them. He allowed a hit and a walk. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. There was a stretch where he faced 13 batters. He retired 11 of them. He struck out 7 of them. That's the stuff that Perkins can do. Like I said, and those are the stretches JT Ginn went on last year as well. Can I ask you something? Do you think Shea would have been gone if he was healthy, or do you think he would have stayed? I know Boston was interested. I think he would have been gone. Yeah, I think he would have been gone. I think Shea brings a lot of value to another team. I think he would have been gone. Might have been Boston, too. I know they were in talks with him. I thought the Red Sox gave up too much for, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. But that's easy to say now, right? Considering he got Mead. That's easy to say now because he got hurt. Maybe not. Maybe because I just liked early. That's why. I thought Shea would have been gone. Heim's playing. Guys, I don't got much tonight, man. I really don't. I think Bolte is going to be a player. But I don't want to talk too soon. I thought Butler was going to be a 30-30 guy. Right now, he's a 6'6 guy. I don't think he's going to get to 10-10. He's been hurt this year, but for me, guys, the A's situation is what happened at the end of the game. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you're not a team that cares about one another, I don't care what no one says. The end of that game showed it. You're not going to be successful. And they don't care about losing. They don't care about losing. No way that happens to a team that hates to lose. They got bullied today at the end of that game. Kenley Jansen and the Tigers beat their ass, and then they rubbed the salt in it, and they did nothing. That's what happened. Disagree, agree, hey, I'm on one of my tangents, this and that. That's fine. They don't care enough to... They don't care that they're losing. They don't care that they're not winning. Because honestly, you lose 10 series in a row and they go in a free fall like they have, and not only have they lost, guys, they've gotten their ass kicked. Asses kicked. Run differential for this freaking team on the year, minus 143. On the year, minus 143. The next team is the Rockies at minus 105. And then it's the Angels at minus 77. Excuse me, the Royals at 102, Angels at 77. Run differential minus 143. I'm surprised they haven't gotten a freaking dig earlier. Booney, are you in favor of the salary floor or cap, especially from an A's perspective? I think there should be a salary floor. I don't think there should be a salary cap. There won't be a salary cap, little cat. There will not be a salary cap. There will not be any games lost in 2026. 27, excuse me. You guys got to remember, when people talk about the lockout, a potential strike, they forget about the ruling back in 94. This has all gone to federal court already. Issues were, it was still the salary cap, but there was a little bit of a caveat to it with regard to what the owners were kind of trying to do with writing in the rules, etc. But this has already gone to federal court. The federal court and the judge presiding on that hearing is part of the Supreme Court right now. They've already ruled in favor of the players. You're probably saying 1994. A precedent has already been set. The owners cannot win. Impossible. They cannot win. And the owners know they cannot win. They're doing what they should be doing. They're acting early with big-time scare tactics. They're hitting the press up, report this, report that. The owners are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Follow the money. It makes no sense. They're already talking about the 2028 Olympics. and negotiating 10 days off for MLB so MLB players can participate in the 2028 Olympics. The head of the MLBPA and Manfred work together on the WBC. Usually you'll see strikes and lockouts when a business is in decline. Major League Baseball right now is at its peak. The owners are posturing right now. They know they won't get the salary cap. They can't. Guys, it's not possible for them to get the salary cap. This has what no one's understanding and what no one reports is this has already happened. This has already gone to court, meaning the end game. If it goes to the absolute end game, the players will win. There will not be a salary cap. A precedent has already been set. It's done. There will be a lockout next year. They will miss some spring training games. Not one game of the Major League season will be missed next year. I promise you. Follow the money. Follow the money. It doesn't add up. None of it adds up. There will not be a strike. Lockout, whatever you want to call it. There will be a lockout, but no games in 2027 will be missed. They might have to rearrange the schedule, whatever it may be, but there's not going to be any games be missed this year. I promise you. It's just, and listen, the owners are playing a smart game right now. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Scare tactics gone on for years. Everyone's biting right now. Maybe, there might be, and they're hoping the players break. They're talking about big words such as like a war chest. We're ready for war. We're all set. Stop it. Come on. Stop it. So, little cat, I probably took a long way to get there with regard to the answer you're looking for. I apologize. I do want to see a salary floor. For owners not to spend anything, it's kind of a little ridiculous. There should be some sort of floor. But I don't know. Like, I've always said this, especially when it comes to the A's. Like, it's not spending the most money. Sure. Does it give you a higher percentage to win if you're like the Dodgers? But what's spending really gotten the A's in the last couple of years? I mean, right now, as far as our active roster, do you guys know who our highest paid player is? Right now. Right now. Who's on our 26-man roster? Do you guys guess? He's making like 5 times more than the next guy. That's Jeff McNeil. You overpay for Severino at $22 million a year, and Severino's good. He's a guy that we've missed. But is he $22 million a year good? No. I think for a team like the A's, and they've proven this throughout their history, it's not spending, it's getting the right players. Would you guys want Matt Chapman right now? Yeah, me too. I wouldn't either. Matt Olson, yeah. But Matt Olson was going home the whole time. He wasn't re-signing with the A's. He was always going to go to Atlanta. Giambi was always going to be a Yankee. I do wish they got to get a little bit more aggressive in their initial offers to guys like Kurtz. Langoliers. I think they had an opportunity to sign Kurtz, to get him done. Now it's a question. What do you like, little cat? What are you in favor of? I can see both sides. My disappointment with Butler, the huge drop in, of course. I mean, we know that already. From 24, 25, sure. 20 this year. Yeah. I hear you, Hobbs. I'm with you, bud. Whoever constructed this bullpen and starting pitching should be in jail. When you look at this bullpen and the starting pitching, who was it coming into the season? You had Severino. You had Springs. You had Morales. You had Lopez. Savale. Again, kind of all those kind of mixed in, right? The beginning of the season, they were great. Now, out of the pen, what did you have at the beginning of the season? You had Hogan Harris, Alvarado, Leiter and Barlow were new. You had Perkins. No, Perkins started in Vegas to start the year. You had Medina. Ferguson wasn't, I don't believe, started. Anyway, you get the picture. You lost Newcomb. Michael Kelly was a big part of the bullpen. He only had one chance this year. Bleday back too. He only cost $2.5 million. That was too bad. I don't think Bleday wanted to be in Sacramento. I don't think he wanted to be with the A's organization. I don't think it's a surprise that a JJ Bleday and a Austin Wynns is. I don't even know what Austin Wynns is actually doing in Texas. I know he had a home run the other night, but I really don't know what he's doing. I'm going to check his stats out. If he's going off, I'm going to lose my mind. Austin Wynns. Now he's terrible. Well, no, he's not. Yeah, he is. 2 for 13 with a home run. He's hitting 154. Same old Austin Wynns. Now, when you're talking about JJ Bleday, I was high on. I kind of put Bleday and Geloff in that same box at the time. You're like, hey, are they going to be that guy? For only $2.5 million, I would have liked to see what Bleday could have done. Let's check out his numbers. JJ Bleday in 82 games. So about half of 162. 19 homers, 46 RBIs. He's only hitting 226, 803 OPS. He struck out only 73 times, which is less than 20% of the time. He has 11 doubles. This is only in 82 games. Yeah. Me too. I would have taken back. I mean, right now when you're looking at our outfield, though, it's like it's a bunch of okay guys. They say, hey, our outfield's stacked of players. No, not really. The only really one outfielder you have is Soderstrom. And Soderstrom really hasn't hit that stride of being, is he going to be a star? Or is he going to just be kind of solid? Then you have Bolte, you have Denzel, you have Carlos Cortez, you have Colby, you have Butler, you have Devin Taylor in AA, who's probably having the best year in all of minor leagues this year. So, yeah. There's nothing there that just like, oh, wow. Look at, I want a salary floor that's a tiny bit close to the luxury tax to mark similar to the NFL's floor. It does allow the A's to go after obvious, decent innings guys like Kevin Gausman. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But here's the thing. Everyone talks about the salary cap. Well, MLB has a salary cap. It's called the luxury tax. If you want to really make it tough on teams, triple the luxury tax on what it's at now. And there's only 2 teams right now that's not abiding by the luxury tax, and that's the Dodgers and Mets. If this team couldn't perform with all the pressure coming into 2026, can you imagine the team going into Vegas even with more pressure? They need to do what the White Sox did, guys. Just a complete reset. Everybody gone. Everybody. A complete flush and reset. That's what the White Sox did. Everybody. Hey, it's a rough year, man. It's a rough year. Bill's right. Hey, I don't know if we can win 15 more games. I don't know if we can win 15 more games. I don't know if we're going to get to if we can get to 60 wins. They just don't give a shit, guys. And I don't think that's an overstatement either, man. A team that's so sick of losing does something when Kenley Jansen walks you down after they just beat us 8-6 and after they just beat us 13-1. Dad Pool, Canseco manager 2028, McGuire hitting coach, Stewart pitching coach. They just don't give a shit about winning. Winning doesn't bother, losing doesn't bother them. And I always had a little bit of a, I don't want to say nothing, but at the end of tonight's game, I wish that didn't happen. That was the most disappointing part. If I was to count the most disappointing parts of this year, no bullshit. No bullshit. There's been a lot of them. The ending of tonight's games is in the top 5. Not losing, but Kenley Jansen walking down one of your teammates after you've just lost 10 series in a row. And after they just blew you out 13-1 in game 1, and we're up 8-2 in game 2 to hold on and win 8-6. To walk down one of your teammates because he's trying to win. And we don't really do nothing. I'm not saying there should be a full-blown fisticuffs, but yeah, I would have liked to see the whole dugout. I would have liked to see a little bit more fire and emotion. We backed down. Jansen punked us. He absolutely punked us. I hate to say it, man. Our guys don't have much backbone. They're not very tough. I thought Kotze went crying to the umpires. I'm down on Kotze. Not for his managing decisions. Hey, decisions are decisions. But this freaking guy as a player was a freaking... He was one of my favorites. Out of Cal State Fullerton, 9th overall pick, considered the greatest college baseball player ever. Loved him in an A's uniform. Loved him. Loved it when they signed him to the 3-year extension. That ending of tonight's game tells you everything you need to know about the 2026 A's. Sup, Sin City? Brent, what are you doing, dude? Yeah, that ending of tonight's game tells you everything you need to know about the 2026 A's. Yeah. I mean, Kenley Jansen just punked him. Just absolutely punked him. Anyway, guys, I got nothing much else, man. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Check it out. First episode of The Lab tomorrow. Aiden started his thing. He recorded it today. He's unbelievable. Check out The Lab tomorrow. It's going to come out tomorrow. Aiden's a great dude. He has great insight. Probably a lot better than I have to offer right now. Take care, guys. Thanks for cruising through.